Y'all not gonna believe this, man, but I promise you, just go to the Kentucky playlist. I'm not even suggesting you watch any videos. Just look at the titles, because I don't lie necessarily. I don't know what happened here. We're about to find out together. Trailhand Bill, reporting live from South Florida. It's a beautiful Saturday, man, for such a sad story.
Many questions remain after police officers in London, Kentucky shot and killed a 63-year-old man last week.
Samantha Valentino tells us early reports indicate police were attempting to serve a search warrant, but went to the wrong home.
Just be advised, this is OIF.
Kentucky State Police say a London police officer shot and killed Douglas Harless at 511 Vanzant Road in Lilly Monday night.
Vanzant Road, stand by in the area, shots fired.
While police initially made no mention of whether Harless was armed, Thursday, 3 days after the shooting, London police said he, quote, produced a firearm and pointed it at officers. KSP says during that encounter, an LPD officer shot Harless.
They have EMS going for the perpetrator who's been hit 3 and 4. They still have other units en route to the scene.
This is 511 Vanzant Road, where KSP says the shooting happened. But according to Laurel County dispatch audio we've obtained, London police were attempting to serve a search warrant for this house, 489 Vanzant.
It's just London PD, 48 Vanzant Road, 489 Vanzant Road. Units on scene can serve search warrant. Call on the radio for assistance. Shots fired. 489 Vanzant Road.
We went to the Laurel County Circuit Court to get a copy of the search warrant. As of right now, the courts say they do not have those papers, but will get them once they do. We've also requested copies from police, along with body cam video from that night.
I just want justice served, you know, because I believe he was done wrong.
Shane Cornett says he's been friends with Harless for 16 years.
Once they told me, I called his phone over and over, and it went to voicemail. He always, where he's a maintenance man, he has to keep his phone on. So I knew right then that was true.
Cornett says Harless was a great man who was always willing to help out someone in need. He calls his death a loss for the entire community.
And that was Samantha Valentino reporting.
We're still working to get answers now regarding a deadly London police shooting. Kentucky State Police say an officer shot and killed Douglas Harless at his home in Lilly. That happened 11 days ago, and police have still not released many details.
Knowing London police officers once wore body cameras, WKYT Samantha Valentino filed an open records request for the footage from the night of that shooting. But as she explains tonight, police say there's no body camera footage from that night.
In 2016, the London Police Department announced their officers had started wearing body cameras.
It takes that stationary camera from the car and it puts it on the officer and it becomes more mobile.
The department said they obtained 35 cameras and an accompanying computer server for $45,000, paid for using federal dollars seized during criminal investigations. The cameras were to be worn during any law enforcement activity. After wearing their cameras, officers called them helpful, saying they allowed the community to see how they interact with the public.
It lets the public see how we are, that we are human. We're not these robots out there just mindlessly going around, you know, unruly treating people.
On December 23rd, Kentucky State Police say a London police officer shot and killed Douglas Harless at his home. While KSP initially made no mention of whether Harless was armed at the time, 3 days after the shooting, London police said he was armed and pointed a gun at officers. WKYT's open records request for body camera footage from that night was denied. We were told the footage doesn't exist. Now, through another records request, we've learned London police no longer wear body cameras. According to this directive from then Chief Chuck Johnson, the department, quote, temporarily suspended their use on March 15, 2023. He wrote that many of the cameras were broken and the department was responsible for the cost of the server, as well as keeping someone on staff to process open records requests for the footage. Former Chief Johnson said in December 2022, the department received a quote for $30,000 for 30 new cameras and cloud storage, noting the cost would increase every year. He said, quote, the department is examining the feasibility of body-worn cameras based on the cost and benefits. In Laurel County, Samantha Valentino, WKYT.
Details today after police in London, Kentucky shot and killed a man while allegedly serving a warrant at the wrong home. Court documents now confirming that police were looking for a stolen weed eater.
As Lauren Miner tells us, the suspect in the theft had already been arrested hours before the shooting.
I just don't understand why it went to this. I mean, how did it lead to this? I know that's what everybody else is asking too.
49-year-old Hobart or Hobie Buttery is currently behind bars at the Laurel County Correctional Center charged with theft. Thursday afternoon, he appeared in front of a judge for a preliminary hearing. He then agreed to a sit-down interview.
I got a weed eater and a little heater, a little baseboard heater like that, was sitting on the outside, but now they're saying I went in and took backpacks, blowers and everything.
According to Buttery's arrest citation, officers were called to Taylor Drive in London for a reported burglary. Police say lawn equipment was stolen from the property of Laurel County Judge Executive David Westerfield.
Last Sunday night, there was items stolen from my property. What was stolen did not belong to me. It belonged to a person that was using my garage to store his equipment in. And I was out of town when this happened. I knew nothing more than that about it.
Buttery says he used to work for the man who owned the equipment.
I worked for him.
Okay.
I worked on for 20 years.
The citation says camera footage led officials to Buttery, who admitted to taking a heater and weed eater. The Manchester Police Department arrested him the evening of December 23rd.
As far as where those items are now, I mean, did you drop them off somewhere? Were they sold somewhere?
No, they wasn't sold.
Okay, but they were dropped off somewhere.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you saying where they were dropped off?
No.
Police say Buttery admitted that he planned to take the weed eater to a home in Lilly. Buttery denies that claim. According to an affidavit for the search warrant, information obtained through the investigation led London police to a home on Van Zant Road.
Now, did you previously live over on Van Zant Road?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Okay. Did you know Doug Harless?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
The warrant details that London police arrived to the home of Doug Harless, 511 Van Zant Road, just hours after Buttery was arrested in Manchester with a search warrant for stolen lawn equipment.
Units on scene can serve search warrant. Call on the radio for assistance. Shots fired. 489 Van Zant Road.
Laurel County Dispatch audio confirmed that police were supposed to be serving a search warrant to 489 Van Zant. According to the affidavit, the officers knocked on the front door, announcing themselves as law enforcement with a search warrant. It goes on to say that officers made entry through the front door and found Harless armed with a gun. That's when an officer fired multiple rounds, fatally hitting Harless.
Well, I feel like that it had a lot to do with Hobart Buttery, but it was not his fault for the police going to the wrong address and the wrong house.
A family member of Buttery says someone needs to be held accountable.
They called the warrant 5 times saying 489, and they still were at 511, and Hobie had lived at 515. So that would still put him at the wrong address, no matter what address they would have went into there.
Buttery says he no longer lives on Van Zant Road and doesn't know why police showed up to Harless's home that night.
I think it's wrong. I mean, every bit that's wrong. The way they done it, everything's wrong. I mean, they didn't have no reason to go to that man's house. I didn't tell them nothing about that man, so I don't know why they was at that man's house, period. Okay. I didn't tell them no address. I didn't tell them nothing like that.
Buttery says he knew Harless and talked to him several times when they lived near each other. He says that's why he's sharing his story.
It should never led to this right here. Not a stolen weed eater should not lead up to a man getting killed. I don't care where you're at, what's going on, that should not happen.
That's a hell of a way to go, man. That's crazy. And that's why I say just go to the Kentucky playlist, man. I ain't even asking you to watch no videos. You will see Kentucky doesn't really pop up a lot, but when it does, it's like some of the most unbelievable, unheard of, outlandish stories that anyone could imagine. And all of that is an understatement, because I mean it, man. Like, I'm blown the hell away. If you continue to research this story, because as I watch these videos, this is like the Las Vegas shooting. YouTube doesn't want you guys to see these videos, so they hide them. And they tell me they don't make, like, they'll tell me like this is gonna be I forgot how they said, limited access, limited viewership or something. And I'm not doing or saying anything in the videos, you know what I mean, differently than the others. But this video is similar to that one in that once I seen one video, stories just kept popping up about it, and I actually thought a few of them were different stories, but they all were intertwined, different perspectives, new and revealing information about the same incident where cops in Kentucky went to a man's home and murdered him. Now, the first thing that comes to my mind is, okay, did they actually identify themselves? Because I'm watching the videos, like I said, I'm saying, well, now I do got to show them the video about the body cam, because it started with the first video, and then I watched the other one where they actually talked to the guy who was accused of stealing the lawnmower, which none of the first two videos mentioned that all of this was surrounding a stolen weed eater. I'm sorry, not lawnmower. I said, well, nah, they need to see that too. In my estimation, maybe some of you don't care. I'm not trying to think for you, but it only gets worse. But I'm thinking, like, since they hiding body cam footage after pretending they love it, did they really announce themselves? But what happened, and I didn't put this video in here, I'll try to remember to put the link to the article in the pinned comment and or the description. But a neighbor, this journalist, this media platform, they're trying to get information about the story, and you know the cops and the government are stalling like they always do. But it's 2025 now, obviously, but it's 2024. A neighbor actually had, I guess, some Ring doorbell, some type of video footage, and they gave it to the media platform. So what they're alleging, I haven't seen the video, is that on the video you can see like the cops going to his house and announcing themselves. So I mean, while that would be my first question again, did they actually announce themselves like they were cops, or did they just go there saying, you know, we own the world, so bam, we gonna go in your house and we ain't gotta say because they do that too. I have videos on my channel where they've done that. So that question is out of the windows, guys. I'm just trying to stay with the context here, wondering what in the hell happened. So I do ask myself, why then would he arm himself? Did they, I don't know, that the neighbors and everybody, even the media platform, like I said, I'll leave a link, is saying that they did see the cops announce themselves, moving around, saying, hey, come out, open the door, whatever, with the police. So then why would Douglas arm himself? And obviously, how the hell could I answer that question, guys? I wouldn't be upset with anybody who was insulted by me trying to speculate an answer there. And forgive me, I'm going to. What the fuck am I? And that's the dichotomy here. That's where there's a huge divide. That's where there's a huge misunderstanding. Y'all see cops and think people are supposed to, a few things are supposed to happen. People are supposed to bow down automatically. People are supposed to feel safe. People automatically think y'all operating lawfully, and other things I'm not remembering. But none of that shit is absolutely true, fam. Y'all were unlawful here. You at the wrong damn house. So if he wanted to have a gun, he could. He wanted to protect his property from cops, he can. Who the fuck are y'all? Y'all ain't supposed to be here. That nullifies your authority. That makes us equal here. You at my shit, ain't got no reason to be trying to beat down my door. That may be one reason he armed himself. Another reason is because y'all ain't no safe motherfuckers, whether y'all lawful or not. I ain't gonna go off that damn bridge in that tangent, man. But like that, I'm just thinking, like, there is a reason to arm yourself, to protect yourself when cops around. And I think everybody forgets this. And that's why the cop who killed this man in his own damn home is sitting at home right now getting paid off of his dime still, or our dime still, or Kentuckians' dime still. Remember what they said? I be telling motherfuckers everything. Folks be thinking because stuff happened in the state that's state tax dollars. What did they say? This is federal tax dollars that's funding this. Well, not tax dollars, I'm sorry, but federal funds that you know. So everything happening just because it's happening in the state doesn't mean that it's only state funded. But the dude is getting paid. He's sitting at home right now. There's something else you'll find. He's on administrative leave. So those are the three things that the continuing, research revealed to me. They did get some body cam footage of the approach, not the actual shootings. They did hear the shots, if I remember correctly. The cops did announce themselves, and whatever the third one was that I forgot already. That, like all of them, he's sitting at home getting paid for killing an innocent American. I don't have a problem with anybody arming themselves when cops are around, man. You need to. They will kill you in your home and go home and get a paid vacation. Let me say that again. They will murder you in your home and then go to their home with a paid vacation. Who in the fuck wouldn't? And that's what I'm saying. That's what a dichotomy is for me. The average mind is going to think, well, you know, yeah, but no. Not me. Not me. Point to the person that I should just say I should surrender my life to based on whatever context you have and you can bring to the table. Just point to that person, because I'm willing, and I'll feel so damn stupid doing it, but I'm willing to have that conversation with you as long as it's just a conversation and not a motherfucker actually trying to take my life because they feel that's some type of contextual explanation that makes sense. I don't even know if anything I'm saying to y'all right now makes sense. I just think you need to know your rights, and you need to know that there's a time to resist lawfully and civilly, because everything that they have deemed lawful ain't civil. And if it means your life or a cop's life and the cop is absolutely dead ass wrong, why is that a decision you should have to suffer through? Because by the time you done decided which decision you want to make, they done killed your ass and they somewhere at home getting a paid vacation while their cohorts are behind the scene conspiring some type of lie to deliver to the American public. And we just supposed to bite it and wait till the next time this whole cycle rinses and repeats itself. I'm a Christian, man. My Savior laid down his life for us. He laid it down. Nobody take it from him. He laid it down. I'm a Christian, man. I read the Bible, and I don't know everything, but I read the Bible, man. I don't see one occasion where God told us we had to let anybody violate us, especially murderously so. I'm Trey and Bill, man. So much more I want to and can say about this situation. Know your rights, man. Teach your children to know their rights, man. Decide where you stand in life, and you know, let it be from a position that is considering others as humane, in as humane ways as you consider yourselves and the people you love, man. And just know, family, there is nobody that God has positioned on this earth that has a right to violate you and treat you like their property to dispose of at will. That person does not exist. We ain't gotta die because cops want to kill. It's a heartbreaking reality. Y'all be good. Thank you if you made it this far. If you liked the video, feel free to hit that thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate it. If you care to go a little further than that, maybe even subscribe, hit the notification bell. Check out a few of the other videos on the channel. Either way, y'all be safe.